Hello. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shona. I do author content on Saturdays. I do have another channel, but it is a gaming channel, and I upload on that on Tuesdays and Fridays. This is editing Shona here. While I was getting ready to edit the video, and I was going through the little whole goofy dance thing I was doing, I noticed there was no sound. So it looks like I was dancing to nothing. When in reality, I was dancing to the music from my daughter's tablet. She was playing a game. So then I got worried and pulled up the rest of the video, and there's no sound on it either. So here's how we're going to do this. I am going to walk you through my thought processes as I was outlining or working on the first part of this video. I'm going to make this a series. I debated on if I should do one video with the whole thing in it, which would be a lot and could last for hours, or break it up and do a series. And I decided to break it up and do a series. So this will be an ongoing series. I'm not sure how many episodes yet there will be, but it's probably going to be quite a few. And we're going to start with figure out first what idea, and I do have a few, and then I'm going to kind of play what if, and then I'll answer the questions at the top part of my writing process from the Save the Cat novel. And that's how I broke it up and did part one of the series. I am going to do my best. Yes, you will see me down in the little box, but my voice is not going to match up to my mouth, and it's going to be annoying as heck. But I don't know what else to do. I don't have time to record the whole video, and then it's not going to feel organic anyway if I do it that way. So you're just going to see. It's going to be like watching an old Chinese movie. You're going to see the mouth moving, and then you're going to hear the words. So, since the thing was not scripted, I'm going to do my best just to talk you through my thought process. So, when it came to choosing the idea, I had a few ideas I could choose from. I originally had planned on working on part two of the current book I'm working on, but I don't want to give away any spoilers, and I know that would give a whole lot of spoilers away. So then I had a book idea for a kingdom of nightmares and dreams, and I don't know enough about that one to even begin to start outlining that or any characters. So then there's two ideas. One, oh, actually, both of them kind of. I started while my dad was in hospice care before I quit writing altogether. The first one is was called The Awakening, and it's basically a reincarnation story that I started, and I don't remember how many chapters in I got to it, but all my chapters are gone. I don't know where they're at. I don't know if they're on an old hard drive or what, but I can't find them. Or another one that sort of tied into that same story. It was called Shadow Realms, and I think I got like 3 chapters into that one. But ultimately, I decided on The Awakening. Now, that name could change. However, there was a prequel that I wrote and used to offer for free on Smashwords. I have since pulled it because if I'm going to write this book, then I want to be able to offer that as a freebie for my newsletter. Sign up for my newsletter, get the book. But I'm not going to offer that until I at least get the first couple drafts written. But so we're going to go through the thought process on that. I did find a few notes I had left over from it, and I still have the idea up here, but no idea where the chapters went. And I had a good 4-5 chapters written on it, I think, but it's all gone. And so is my thorough outline. If you remember in a previous video, I said that I learned the hard way not to put my outlines down on paper, because children will do what children do and write all over everything or tear it up. And that's what happens to that outline. So we are basically starting from scratch with the 3 pages of notes that I could find. So on to the video and seeing me talk and then hearing the words. Okay, so here we are in the Notion that y'all saw me walk you through in the last video, with the tools and everything that I use and the Save the Cat questions. I have no idea what I'm saying at this point, but yeah, I created a duplicate of the file just for this purpose, so that I wouldn't lose the original file, but you would be able to, or I would be able to walk you through this process. So as you can see, I did choose The Awakening, and down here is where I want to start putting some notes and where I play the what if game. Now typically I would not show all these notes because honestly I don't know if I would like to write this book, but we'll see. Now the main character's name is Delilah Devens. In the prequel, her name is Delilah Devonshire. I didn't want her name to change so much that you wouldn't be able to recognize it from the prequel to the full novel itself, because the prequel takes place in like the 1800s. So I wanted her name to be different, but close enough that you knew it was the same character. And now I do remember this part from the prequel. She died a horrible death in her previous life, along with the rest of her family. It was a very traumatic experience, obviously. So she's on the other side, and she's very much content to stay there and never reincarnate, because she never wants to experience that sense of loss and pain ever again. See, what happened to Delilah and her family, it was completely tragic. Like I said, it happened in the 1800s. Some bandits, whatever you want to call them, happened upon their homestead, and they made her husband watch them assault her, and then they made her watch them kill her husband and children. So it's a very traumatic experience for her, and she never wants to repeat that. She never wants to have to endure that pain again, or possibly face her worst fears and heal from it. So she wants to remain on the other side with her soulmate and their children. At some point, she overhears the protagonist in this story, the bad guy, talking about a plan to rid the world of all the light and bring in, bless you, and bring in nothing but darkness. He wants to essentially destroy all the good in the world, and rule it, rule a dark version. Um, and he wants to allow the underworld to enter into our world. He you can see me thinking there. Her soulmate does tell her that he believes that he wants to reincarnate. She is not happy about this at all. She's furious. They argue. Um, she is not willing to accept that. Um, like I said, this causes a fight between them. Now she has to go over to the Ascended Masters. They are those. I mean, it's a legitimate spiritual term if you want to Google it, but they are like the elite, I guess you could say. They're the ones who have reached the top level of enlightenment that they could reach, and will never reincarnate again. But she has to go to the Ascended Masters. Yeah, you can see where I typed elders and then I backed out and I retype it. But she has to go to the Ascended Masters and tell them what she overheard. I think I'm getting a little bit ahead of recording me. Since they're not allowed to interfere with human affairs or free will, they do devise a plan. But that plan involves Delilah going back, reincarnating, and going back and taking care of it herself. And she's obviously not thrilled with this idea. And you see, I got my thinking face on down there, twisting and turning, trying to figure out what to do next. Playing the what if game in my head. And now I'm trying to talk it out with y'all, but I can't remember for the life of me what I was saying. This is why I hate doing voiceovers, but I just do not have time to refilm this entire video, and it's not going to be organic if I do, and I didn't want it to be that way. Okay, so she finally agrees to go back. I've got to figure out what makes her agree to this, but she finally agrees to go back. But she has her own stipulations. She does not want to remember her past. She does not want to remember the pain and the trauma that was involved in that. I don't remember what I put. If I put that she doesn't want to remember her soulmate, she basically wants to go back and be able to focus on the task at hand and be done with it. But before they can tell her, it takes some time, but they do agree to her stipulations, but they have a few of their own. But before they could tell her the extent of their plan, she agrees to whatever they want her to do and crosses over into the human world. She does not give them time to explain because they know that there's only one way she's truly going to heal and be able to fully evolve and move on. After she reincarnates, she does not have an easy life at all. She grows up in an abusive foster care family, or multiple abusive foster care families. She does grow up in the foster care system, and she bounces from one abusive household to the next. And she ends up basically a petty criminal. She ends up on the streets. At 16, she never returns to foster care, and she stays on the streets. Sorry, I'm basically doing this from memory because I don't even have it pulled up in front of me to read. Because I got to be able to see the video as I'm doing my voiceover. So I just said, what if maybe she is born with the ability to see what is being, no, to see the demons that are being brought into the world is what I was trying to get through. The darkness that is being unleashed on Earth from the underworld. And this is me going to search what few little notes I had to see if that's what I actually called it in the book. But I don't find it there, so. Oh, looks like I had an idea. I wish I could read my own lips. It would make it so much easier. What if the bad guy... Oh. What if the bad guy is the same guy... The bad guy from the other side is the same guy that murdered her and her family? I believe is what I'm getting at here. Wants to unleash the hell on Earth is also the guy who murdered her and her family. Yes. Okay, and what if her best friend is in on it? Her best friend in this lifetime. What if she was sent there by the Ascended Masters to as sort of a human spirit guide, like a human version instead of just that little voice in the back of your head that you hear sometimes? What if she was sent to help with this without Delilah knowing? And Delilah, of course, is trying to keep people at arm's length because she doesn't want a repeat performance, obviously. Um, and so she doesn't tell people what she can do. I mean, that would sort of defeat the purpose, in my opinion. if she went around telling everybody what she could do. So maybe her best friend isn't allowed to remind her of why she is there or who she is. Yeah, it's an urban setting. I think yeah, she does love riding a motorcycle. She gets in trouble for that a lot. She has a lead foot. And of course, I've already told you she was a petty thief, or petty criminal. Not a thief, but she is a criminal. And she was arrested quite a few times for graffiti, but she usually uses the graffiti as a cover for what she's really doing, and that's banishing and destroying the demons that are coming through the veil because the veil is getting really thin due to what this bad guy is doing. Here we are, we're going to answer some of these questions. So, what is their big problem or flaw? Well, she doesn't. I think I put in there that she doesn't remember. Um, and she doesn't remember her previous lifetime, which means, of course, she doesn't remember how she died and the trauma she experienced, which was what she wanted. But she also doesn't remember why she was reincarnated. She doesn't remember any of that. I think I changed my mind there into all of why she reincarnated, which leads to question two, and or leads to lots of problems and roadblocks along the way. And then question two is, how is this flaw or problem affecting the hero's life or world? Well, I mean, she has no memory. She is just basically going about her business of killing these demons and dark entities that are coming through the veil. Um, Due to her not remembering a lot about the other side or why she's back, the other side, the Ascended Masters, and her previous lifetime, she's unaware that she's not the only one who came through. So did her other loved ones. She only remembers that she is there to destroy the darkness. And she lives in a world filled with darkness. She doesn't see herself as a lot. I don't think I put that in there, but that's something I can add. She doesn't really see herself as a lot. She doesn't realize just how filled with light she is. Um, So as long as she's in the world, there will be light. What is causing this problem? Her lack of willingness to remember. I mean, she doesn't want to remember that pain and that grief and sorrow and just trauma of losing her family that way, especially her children, because they were all so little. She doesn't want the responsibility of keeping anyone safe in this lifetime, since she couldn't keep her family safe in the previous. But she doesn't remember why. As a result, she keeps everybody at arm's length. It's sad that I can't read my own lips. All right. Um, at the start of the novel, what does your hero want and what is their goal? Oh, still on that other one. Her fear of losing those close to her keeps makes her keep everyone at arm's length. But I think I've already said that. Except her best friend. But even she doesn't know that. I have no idea what I wrote yet. I have to wait till I scroll back up or I go to the next question. At the start of the novel, what does your hero want? What is their goal? Her goal is to rid the world of the coming darkness and evil. Soul that is bringing forth, that the evil soul is bringing forth it so that she can return to the other side and live in peace, or just be content in it, at peace. So, but even she doesn't know the truth of Delilah's mission, at least not that Delilah knows. Okay, that's what I wrote on that other one. How has your hero been actively pursuing this goal? Well, if I remember my thought process correctly, she's not actively pursuing it so much as at that point or up to a certain point she doesn't even remember the dark soul. Um, but she is actively banishing and killing any darkness and demons and that comes through the veil. And when she does realize about the dark soul, she is searching for him. Or no, she's searching for the source, but has yet to find it or find what is weakening the veil. So why haven't they achieved their goal yet? unable to find the source of the darkness, unwilling to remember the trauma or what the Ascended Masters told her. And she is trying to do I have no idea what I wrote there. Okay. What does your hero actually need? What is their life lesson? What will really fix their life? She needs to remember what it was like to feel love and connection. And not be afraid of losing it all. She needs to learn that she is not alone and never was, honestly. She needs to learn that she can't protect everyone from pain. I'm pulling it up so I can read it without having to wait on myself. All right, this is question number 7. She needs to learn that she can't protect everyone from pain and death, not even herself. She needs to learn to accept love and to love again. She needs to learn that real love can transcend any darkness and that is coming and any pain that is inflicted on her. She needs to learn that being loved and loving someone else can be healing and not a hindrance. Because as of right now, she sees attachment as a weakness, that it just gets in the way. And on number 6, it says she refuses to do it alone. She refuses to ask for help and let others in, so she's doing it, trying to do it all alone. Okay, guys, I finished cutting it off there because I'd already read all that to you. I wish I could remember everything I said in closing, but I do remember that this will definitely be a series. The next part, I will be working through the still playing What If, and I will be going through Pinterest and working towards some world building and character profiles and all that fun stuff. Of course, some of that I will do off camera after we've done our part on camera. Like, I may create a couple of character profiles on camera, the rest of them I'll do off camera. In the world, I will build as much as I can on camera. It may end up having to be a video on its own. I'm not sure yet. But this will be a series that we work through together. Again, I don't know how long it's going to be, but I'm probably going to skip this month's monthly vlog. One, I keep forgetting to pick up my camera and record. And two, I really want to go through this series with you. I think it not only helps you, but it helps me as well. It's keeping me accountable, and it's getting me back in the flow of working through that process in my head. So this will, at the very least, probably be about a 5-part series. Most likely more. But next week, I will be doing the, like I said, the Pinterest and working through some of the character profiles. But we'll go through Pinterest together and pick out some images, build some boards, and then carry that over into Notion and work through some of that. And I can't wait to do that with y'all. I hope y'all are having a great night. I hope you have a great weekend. And I will see y'all next week. If you like this video, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and do all those fun YouTube things. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you know when I upload, so that you don't miss part 2 of this series. Y'all have a great weekend. Bye, y'all.